got your new Mob Psycho tee. That's pretty sick.
Oh, it's an oldie. This has been.
I don't
in a
think
few
I've
eps.
seen it. Oh, has it?
No,
Okay.
I've worn it in a few eps, but it's been a little bit, I guess.
Well, I'll be.
It's getting back to t-shirt season. You haven't seen my
It
t-shirts
is.
in a while. It's just been my quarter zip and then the Akira sweater for who knows how long.
Dude, the Akira sweater? What do you mean, the bomber jacket?
No, it's just a sweater.
Okay.
I wore it last episode. It's just the dude walking. What's his name? Kaneda walking to his bike, and it says Akira in big red letters.
Well, that's sick.
Yeah, it's fire.
We love Akira. We love it so much.
Dude, can you explain to me the what is up? I'm going to show you. You had him on your story, so I'll find it real quick.
What's his name? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
This guy?
Young people don't vote? Too bad. I just did. Once again, feed me some real news.
Yeah. Davis. Yeah.
What
Shout
is
out
going
Davis.
on?
Shout out Davis Clark. I don't know. He's like someone said it the best. Like he's a living, breathing and manifestation of like LinkedIn. Like he just speaks in LinkedIn.
But is it satire?
No, not at all.
No?
It's very sincere. Yeah, no, it's very sincere. That's why it rules. Because he's just like, he's really sick, you know? Like he was sick this weekend.
I just saw his post. It's like, I heard better chirps from the duck pond. Come on, guys. Step it up in the comment section.
It's the best too because he always writes in the caption the entire videos. Like what? It's always like one statement. So it's like, gotta get out there, make sure that we're doing the right stuff. Right. Let's go for it, people.
Yeah, bro.
Shit kills me, bro.
I thought he was like another version of the one guy who's like he talks, like he has like a really overly awkward like delivery where he's like he like almost looks like he's about to freak out, you know.
Yeah. Stove Raymond.
Oh man, have you ever wanted to see me perform live? Oh man.
Yeah. I think that's it. But he's legit.
But no, this guy's legit. You got to throw funny over this edit.
I will.
Let's go, people. It's time to get up. It's time to rise. Let's go, people. It's like,
he just got the weirdest energy I've ever encountered.
I know. I love him. Dude, and like I've been trying so hard to like actually no, I haven't been trying hard. I've really only thought about it today of doing an impression of him because it's just I've seen it so many times. So I was like, you gotta give the people what they want. Right. Go for it. And it's like
his whole look is crazy. He just got this spiky black hair that stands straight up. And
he's got like the most like visible like tooth gap situation. It's like he's always smiling too, so it's like right in the camera. And it's always like this energy, like he's holding the phone, right? He's like leaning back. He's like, this week it's gonna be a tough one, but if you lock in, stay focused. Let's get some W's, people. Right. Like he was sick as a dog on Friday and was working from home sick on a Friday. Like, yeah. And then he's like on Sunday, he's like, if you treat your job as a 9 to 5, you'll always be behind. Right. Lock in, people. And then Monday, he's like, had to do a riser morning, one time this week. He posted something at like 5 a.m. that he was done with a workout. Like Eastern time. So it was like, yeah. I think he's on East Coast probably. And like 5 a.m. he's like, just had to do a run. It was pretty brutal. And it's just like, yeah, I bet it was. Like you were just sick and then you woke up at 5 a.m. to run. Like you're going to feel like death. But it's like, that's what you got to do to be in the most stressful fucking jobs ever. Is you got to like, I'm just gonna run in to deal with the corporate. We're having a stock shareholder meeting. I make sure to get a 20-mile run in before that. Okay.
Dude, That reminds me of another account that's been that I've been enjoying lately. Well, there's actually a few, honestly. There's one where it's this chick that does like she's like pretending to be HR, you know what I'm talking about? And she's like,
oh, HR Jess.
HR Jess, yeah. Tons of like great corporate jargon. She's great. And then she'll like collab with this other guy where his whole shtick is just on like a Zoom call on a laptop.
Boston CEO, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Trish and I love Boston CEO. That's our guy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you have just become one of my elite employees.
Oh no, different one. This one's
really?
It's always him and then his two bosses and then another girl sometimes on the call, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I thought WFH was a work-free holiday." But it's like work from home.
I don't know.
Like, that's not what that means.
I don't know that, but that's fucking great.
Yeah, I'll send them one to you.
And I see the HR Jess or whatever the fuck her name is. I see her making bread or like at least streaming a lot. So good for her.
I hope so. She's
making any money. Yeah, I love her character. Yeah, we're gonna make sure that when she talks like that.
Yeah, it's spot on.
Think about the meaning, okay? Like talking
right,
like
that. Okay, you know,
gulps. What you're going to be doing?
Holding the cup of coffee.
Yeah. Oh my god, oh my god, it's so it's so accurate. It kills me.
Watching these like only reinforces my absolute desire to never go back to that.
Yeah. No, truthfully, the same feelings here, mate. I'm basically at a point where one way or the other, even if I have to, sell some of that stuff I was telling you about earlier today.
Mm-hmm. Offload some assets.
Yeah, as it were. Even if I had to do that, I am not going back. I'm trying to build a business that employs myself at least, and maybe more people. I mean, ideally, I want to have a YouTube where there's like, making a bunch of good content, producing like my own show, basically, that is a YouTube. That's what I want to do. But anyways, yeah, man. It would be cool. It would be cool for both of us. I mean, we're both of us freelance right now. It'd be cool if it lasts. It'd be cool if we could be like, this was the time in our lives where we never went back.
That's the plan. If I go back, then I have failed at doing what I'm trying to do currently, which would be sad. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
And hey, you know what? We pick ourselves up and try again. You know what I mean? Keep building those skills out. Also, everyone watching, I want to let you know at the beginning here, I have merch coming. I'm not going to show you what it is yet, but it's fucking fire. And it won't be expensive. It'll be a t-shirt. And there'll be 2 styles of the t-shirt. And yeah, man.
You're going to want 45 bucks. $50 a shirt.
Probably less than $30. Actually. So would be
ideal.
It'll be quality, mate. You know what I mean? So
yeah, good designs too.
Fire design. I'm very excited about it. I'm hoping it does quite well. You know what I mean?
Dude, honestly,
I'm hoping it does quite well.
Yeah, I think you should eventually get more than one shirt, get a whole like line of stuff going. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Easily, sleazily could do that.
There's a market for that.
Yeah, I think I shall be doing that. But anyhow, yeah, man. We're out here.
Dude. Let's talk about what everyone wants to know about.
Which is
Tune.
I saw Tune. I saw your posts about it. Yeah, I'm in a real fuck it mood today. I'm just like, I had a conversation with another TikTok creator, and I've talked to other people in the biz, and I just feel like I don't really give a shit about timing or how much I should post or how little I should post or whatever. Because usually I would never post like 3 ideas that I think are good in a day, but like I just let them rip just for fun.
Fuck it.
And they're all getting views, maybe not a ton, but they're getting some,
yeah.
But yeah, man. What can I say? I'm fucking pooped.
The one where you were like, I don't know what I was doing.
That was a story exclusive. You got to be following my Instagram for that one.
Oh,
the other thing before I start on that, the other thing I was going to say about the t-shirts is like, I would appreciate if the diehards watching Woke and Boke, kept their eyes out. Obviously, I'll bring it up on the show, but like, it would be great if I could get some support from y'all because I do need the money, and I fucking would hope. I hope that it will convert to some runway, some extra time, as it were, on the freelance gig, because I got to keep making money, and I have things and deals lined up, but it's like those shits take a while to like actually convert into cash in your account. So just saying that. But yeah, I've been fucking talking about Dune all day. I gave my review of it on stream. I stream 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday. I also have a YouTube, Moschino Dorito, you can check out, where I put my new upload yesterday of about the cruise that's getting fucked up. A 9-month cruise that costs like $700,000 for the highest package. It's like the most excessive cruise ever. They're getting fucked up by climate change and storms and stuff, and they can barely report. Yeah, so I did a whole video reacting to that shit because it's all being documented on TikTok. So I basically reacted to another person's video about it. We just I'm not saying this is the most ingenious fucking content ever, but it is. They are highlights of my stream and what I do and all that shit. And I like to think that I have, at least to the extent that it's a YouTube video, I have something to create YouTube videos of. You know what I mean? I like the reacting to stuff and adding my commentary. Some are going to be better than others. You know what I mean? But yeah, I really enjoyed all the edits from my editors are really funny. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, they do a good job. I've only seen the first one so far, but yeah, impressive.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
But yeah, anyhow, I've been talking about Dune all day, and yeah, I mean, it's fucked. This is the difficult thing about recording Woke and Boke on days that I stream, is because I'm so cooked out from all the yapping. But
yeah, I feel you.
It was just like kind of like undeniably good, which is usually not how movies are. Like, usually movies are good, like they're either just like a fucking good movie, like that's like from the jump something that you can tell is going to be good, or it's like a blockbuster that's liked by people but it's full of annoying bullshit or a bad story, or it looks too clean, or it looks too this way or that way. And even to an extent, I think Villeneuve kind of like defines this sort of like overly clean era of cinema we've been in for the past 2 decades, or maybe decade. But it's like all of these things that should make Dune 2 feel less impactful for someone as snobby as even myself. It doesn't happen. Like it really delivers. It really satisfies as a film. It's just a really strong picture, and like it's just there's really not a moment. There's not a dull moment in the thing. It's nearly 3 hours long. There's not a dull moment. It feels like the movies again. It feels like an event, like magic. Like, holy shit, we're watching this for the first time all together. This is incredible. What suspense we're all experiencing together in this theater, and it basically wins it a comparison to Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Avengers, Avatar, all these like blockbuster franchises. I'm not gonna lie, like this movie basically like earned itself its own hype. It really did. It's usually the internet's driving something. It feels a little bit more astroturfed, but I really think it's just a very strong film. Rotten Tomatoes, like the reviews are really high on both critical and popular score. Letterboxd, it's got like a 4.6, which is like
Jesus
insane. I know that's like a review bomb, and also like that. This couldn't be a more like marketed to the youth movie. You know, Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya. It's like
right.
There's your heartthrobs. But yeah, dude, it's just fucking sick. And honestly, it's not here, but I pulled out Dune again. I'm gonna fucking read that shit.
Nice.
Like that story, the way it panned out, and the lore and everything. I like have to know what happens next. Like I have to know. I have to know where this goes.
So it ends implying more stories to come.
Yeah, there's 4 more books after Dune 1, and this movie only finishes the first book.
It finishes the first book, though.
Yeah, so it like that's the other thing about this movie is it's like, Deathly Hallows Part 1 versus 2. It's just like it's all the fucking craziest parts of the fucking story happening, and it starts with it basically starts with. Did you see Dune 1? You saw Dune 1,
of course.
Right? Yeah, so it starts with just like picks up right at the end of Dune 1. So it's just, moving by the time you settle into this theater and they actually start playing the film and not the half hour of previews that I had to sit through. But yeah, what a film. You're going to love it. You're going to have a great time.
I wonder how long it is.
2 hours, 47 minutes.
Well, yeah, okay.
You're gonna have it's a beefcake, but like I know your taste, Tony, and you are literally it's gonna be dude.
I'm literally gonna bust.
You're gonna nut. Yeah, it's so good.
I'm gonna eat a 50 Miller.
Yeah, definitely get that Henry Miller grammar in there.
Yeah, dude. Might even go 100.
Who knows? You'll be fucking 100. Dude. You'll be definitely get toasted. Definitely get a little faded. Start of that movie.
Oh,
yeah, dude. It's literally the most. I can't wait to like potentially goober sack and watch it. Like. It's honestly scary. Like there's it's a scary movie. Like the Harkonnens are fucking scary.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
the fucking
the worms are terrifying, bro. Worms? They're massive, and they just come out of this dust cloud, just like, like
yeah, bro.
Like, dude,
with the butthole mouth,
dude. It's crazy.
Is Skarsgård in it more? Young slimy boy that like comes out of the water.
Slimy boy is in it. He's in it a lot.
Heck yeah. He was the grodiest part of the first movie. Just him sitting in like a mud bath and then he comes off like he extends like 20 feet into the air somehow. Yeah.
Everything's just cranked up in this one. It's really nuts. And there's so many just like breathtaking moments. Like there's so many like everyone's just locked. You can just feel how tense like the fucking pod racing scene in Phantom Menace. How like when that scene starts, it's like you are at the fucking movies. This is why we make movies. For scenes like this. The sound design, the visuals, the overall theater experience. Like this is why we love this shit. And there are definitely there's at least 1 or 2 moments where it feels just like that, where you're just like, holy shit, I'm watching fucking magic right now. Just the way, and it's not even like, oh, you've never seen anything like this. It's just like, it's so effective. It's so just, there's no fat on it. It's just pure story. But there's such an effective emotional thrust behind everything. The score, the Hans Zimmer score gives me goosebumps, dude. Like
fucking
it's so
goose pimples.
Fucking goose pimples. That's a fucking show. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Tony, shut the fuck up real quick. Hold on.
My bad. Yep. What up?
I forgot something.
To see Dune 2.
No.
No.
I remember
you
that.
saw that. What is
I tuned. I've got to do the podcast.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, it is March 4th, 2024. 24 years after the year 2000. That was 24 years ago. 24 years ago. I remember when it turned 2000. I actually was fully aware. And that was 24 years ago. Anyways, welcome to another.
I remember that.
I do, you dumbass. Welcome to another. Just kidding. Welcome to another episode of Woke and Boke, episode 200. Oh wait.
Yeah. Oh,
forgot to say that. Episode 202 to be exact. I am one of your hosts, Connor Boyd, joined as always by my best friends from the great city of St. Louis, Missouri. Not joining us today, but always in our hearts, is the demonic drummer himself, Max motherfucking Sansa, who's been fucking crushing it. On the fucking Plex server for sure. That's been youngster.
primarily that. Just primarily that.
Primarily. No, dude, he's been fucking killing it. He's been. It's you know, it's a fuck. It'll be a busy year for that motherfucker. He's always
busy year
trying
for everyone.
Busy year for everyone. That's right. And joining us as well is the main man himself, the Mob Psycho 100, Tony motherfucking Hero. Tony, what up?
Man, I'm really upset I didn't see Toon before this episode, but I will see it next week.
It's okay.
I was I
we get to talk about it for 2 weeks. That's the best part.
That's true.
Think about it.
And I put out sorry for like the delay and stuff. I put out like Instagram posts and stuff being like, hey, sorry for the delay again, but I was sick with food poisoning for a whole week. And that's why last episode was delayed. We're trying to get back on the weekly thing, but you know, just life keeps throwing curveballs at us. But you know, better
It
now.
keeps throwing a couple change ups at you, boy.
A knuckleball.
Yeah, that's ass, bro. I'm sorry. I like lost track so much because you were getting sick. You got sick twice.
I got sick, dude. I got sick in right after Thanksgiving. I got sick right after New Year's, and then I got food poisoning, 2 weeks ago. So it's just been 1 month after the next, just a whole week of being like fried.
I pray your
sick,
immune
not
systems become strengthened by it.
It has to be, because dude, that food poisoning was like I had like 30 hearty chooks. Yeah. 3 sessions, 10 each, just
That's
just Family Guy. When they take the freaking, they're like, whoever throws up last gets the last piece of pie, and then they're all like just throwing up all over the living room. It was literally that. Just,
oh my god, god.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
scared.
speaking of puke, every week we get together to catch up on the latest in video games, current events, movies, music, manga, anime, and more. Subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Spotify if you are not already doing so you don't miss a single episode. You can also join our Discord where we hang out all the time. There's a constant gaming, like I said, streaming 12 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. That is where my stream community lives. You can also follow us on Twitter at wokenbokepod and Instagram at wokenbokepodcast to get updates on the podcast every week, and reach out to our Gmail, wokenbokepodcast@gmail.com, with your questions, comments, and suggestions, and we will read them on the show. Links to all these are listed in the show description for your information. Yeah, man.
Little sleepy late afternoon sesh today. Because I'm a little little afternoon tired as well. My whole schedule is flipped now, dude. I sleep into like 10, not flipped, but it's shifted. But I'll sleep into like 10, but I'll stay up to like 2. So I think this was just what I'm going to be on, you know?
Yeah.
If I do it that way, then if I'm up late partying randomly, it's not going to throw off my schedule. You know, I'm just always going to be up late. Same amount of time I'm spending awake. It makes sense. If you think about it, if I'm having to get up, if I'm getting up at like 6 a.m. or 7 or even 8 a.m. on the weekdays, and then going to bed at like 11, but then on the weekends I stay up 3 hours later, it's just like, why am I doing that to myself? I'll just always stay up later. Sleep in. I should just do what I naturally do. You know, is that bad? It's like if I
think whatever you naturally do is best. I mean, I find myself getting too stoned to stay up into late hours, and I fall asleep anyway. So I just crawl into bed and go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get to a point late in the night where I'm like, ooh, I would love to just have a morning. So I go to bed.
Right. No, I feel you on that. But I don't know. I mean, just like if I'm working on a freelance project or something, I want to just work until, you know, until I don't feel like it anymore. And generally that takes me later, or until I get enough done, you know, versus if I'm like, well, it's 11, I better force myself to go to sleep. It's just like, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, no, like I said, you know, organic,
usually,
I think is best.
Usually just like by midnight, I'll settle down and like watch some TV or something for an hour to like 1, and then get into bed, and maybe I'm on my phone for an hour.
I mean, it's a lot like summer vacation. Like I've gone through such a long period of free time that like I there's no reason to stay up. You know, I just go to bed. But yeah, I remember having like a summer vacation where it's like you just be up till fucking 4 a.m. every night because you just can't sleep. Because there's like literally being so bored you can't fall asleep. Like
I remember nights I think I was still at Chaminade maybe, but like because I had my laptop from there, and I'll bleep that name out.
Oh yeah, that's right. You should.
But I just remember many nights where like I would be up until the sun came up, just in my bed, just like watching like College Humor or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, we had a preem level of YouTube when we were in high school and middle school. Just that was YouTube's golden era. 06 to 2013 type shit.
Oh yeah, like
Stone Edge,
Ray William Johnson and shit.
Doing your mom, doing your mom. Yeah.
I wonder how he's doing.
Yeah. Speaking of, is your dad? I'm doing your mom, doing to your mom. He gets paid like $1 million to remake that video for the Dune promotion.
Everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. We think they'll remember this.
Kids, yeah, maybe adults from age 29 to 33.
This, Ray William Johnson. People who are 31 will remember when this happened.
What were you gonna say about my dad?
What were you gonna say about my father?
Say it.
Say it. Say it to my face. He'll probably like this movie too, I'd imagine. But he's also a wild card. He'll dislike a movie that I think is really good.
Right. Yeah, you never know with him. Could go one way or the other. I think he'll like it though. He's been so starved for good movies. Like Napoleon was a letdown a bit. He was excited for that.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't gone to see a Marvel movie, you know, for 3 years. He was watching John Wick last night on a weeknight, just like till midnight, and he gets up at like 5 a.m. just watching John Wick 2.
This is just so good. This is good cinema.
The gunplay.
The gun kata here is just so good. The gunplay. So badass. So badass. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's fire though. I watched a little bit.
Did your dad ever consider being like a stuntman in action movies?
I mean, he was no, but he did like, you know, jujitsu and martial arts like growing up and shit, and just got the crap beaten out of him.
Really?
And like
his brothers?
No, just from being in those from his brothers, but also just being in the classes and stuff. And
he has crap like beaten out of you?
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, you freaking spar.
I mean, if you spar a lot, goddamn.
Yeah. So I don't mean it specifically. He like got walloped on by people unfairly, but he did martial arts.
He did it. Yeah.
His feet are so calloused that like his toe just has a rock on the end of it, like of just callus, just from kicking wood or whatever.
I
just
believe
kicking
it.
Rocks. Yeah. He could like walk on glass and not feel it.
I remember, that's funny. I remember meeting a fucking kickboxer who's like, he said, when you can part someone's hair with your big toe, he's like, that's when you know you're dialed in.
Like, as in you're flexible enough to reach that, or like
you're flexible enough and you're accurate enough. Like you could literally probably do a hook kick or like a side kick where you could literally just touch the tuft of someone's hair and brush it out of their face with just a toe. That's how accurate you are.
Jesus.
Yeah, when people practice enough, they get that accurate,
I'm pretty good with my toes. So they're like a second pair of hands, Like I got like a t-shirt on the floor and I'm sitting on my bed and I'm like, oh, I need to pick that up. Just grab it with the pointer.
You do that and you're like, I'm a fucking beast, bro.
Literally toss
you're
it
like,
over
I'm so coordinated, holy shit.
Toss it into the laundry basket, just like I've done that shit, dude. I need to record that. Get it on record.
I bet the world will be impressed, dude. If you were like, yeah, I drop a Cheerio on the ground, pick it up with my toes, bring it up to my mouth, eat it, don't even have to use my hands. That would be impressive.
Lick the Cheerio dust off my toes.
Yeah, lick the ground scum and dust off my toes, and the hair and dust that's mixed with the Cheerio.
Cheerio's good though, so honestly worth it. Honey Nut, at least. Not
it is so
Cheerios.
funny how babies just eat Cheerios. Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, we've got this little wheat circle thing that's great for the kids. They've got holes in them in case they choke. This is
Genius.
a toddler proof. And they can use those little gums to try and break them up. It's nice.
And they barely taste like anything. So
yeah, they taste like the suggestion of salt or something. They taste like the suggestion of the notion of the concept of something being sweet.
Right.
And that's enough to make the bibbies go crazy for this stuff.
A distant relative of sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever, you remember Gerber? Remember Gerber baby stuff?
Yeah.
I wonder if I ate that as a child. I wonder if I consumed a Gerber. I probably
The
did.
formula?
Well, they have a wide variety of offerings, Not
Basically
just
just
formula.
applesauce.
There's like applesauce and mush and whatever baby bullshit they have for half-day-year-olds. You know what I mean?
You definitely ate that. You think you grew to that size not eating that?
I mean, I may have just simply had mother's milk. Who knows? Sorry, Mom, if you heard that.
There's actually there's a pop punk band, but he's like a parody pop punk band, and he has a song called Mother's Milk.
Gnarly.
Mother's milk, I suck from the teat.
Wow, it's creative. I wonder what that song's about.
Sucking mother's titties? Milk from the teat.
Mother's milk.
I don't know why the one guy in The Boys is also called Mother's Milk.
I don't watch The Boys.
Never seen it?
Only the first 4 or 5 eps, maybe.
Well, one of the boys is, they call him MM, but it's short for Mother's Milk, and I don't think there's any explanation for it.
I know that Buddy drinks breast milk in that show, though.
Oh, that's probably it then. Yeah.
I mean, I know
I don't remember that. I don't remember that part.
You don't remember? Doesn't Starfender or whatever what's his name?
You're talking about Homelander. Yeah, he drinks mother's milk. But the character Mother's Milk, I don't know.
That's what's confusing me, is that like I do know that about him.
Right.
But then you're like, do you know Mother's Milk from The Boys? And I'm like, like the concept of it? Like, what do you mean? Mother's Milk. Homelander must drink Mother's Milk to become the Homelander Super Saiyan.
He's the guy that's not Dennis Quaid's son or Billy Butcher or
I haven't gotten that far.
the French guy.
Probably no.
The main character is Dennis Quaid's son. Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan.
Yeah, he's fucking forehead.
Jack
forehead
Quaid. Yeah. No,
he looks cool. Like Tyler Ninja Blevins to me. That's what he reminds me of.
Okay, yeah.
Ninja.
I can see that.
Yeah.
If he had blue hair. Well, I guess he doesn't have that anymore, but that would help.
It is funny that like Dennis Quaid is so hot, and then Jack Quaid looks like a geek.
Right. It's because he's too skinny. I
guess. he's not bad looking, but it's just fucking geek vibes. You know.
He just got he got the wrong aspects from Meg Ryan and Dennis each. Like he got the if it had been flipped, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got Meg Ryan's eyes and
kind of Jack Nicholson Joker smile.
He has Tyler Ninja Blevins smile.
Does he?
They have the same sort of like straight sort of like hair.
I'm typing in ninja smile.
They have like the same. They have like a similar teeth setup, I think.
Similar teeth setup.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I see that. He's a normal looking guy.
He's a normal Jack Quaid, yeah, I mean, he should be fucking happy. He's on a huge hit show. Like,
oh yeah, no, he's doing good. Meg Ryan looks different than I remember.
Oh, is Meg Ryan his mom? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just Nepo baby out the ass. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. 100%. But I mean, he's good in the show.
Yeah, let's hire Jack Quaid.
Yeah, I think I ever seen him in anything before.
You know, we've looked through the tapes, and I gotta say, something about Jack Quaid just works for this.
Dennis Quaid, this picture of him is wild.
He's in Oppenheimer.
What?
Yeah.
No way. I don't remember that. Dennis?
Jack Quaid.
Oh, Jack Quaid is in Oppenheimer?
Yeah, not Dennis Quaid. That'd be funny. Dennis Quaid was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was in Oppenheimer. Yeah, I remember him now. Okay. Schlockenheimer.
Jack Quaid. What did he Quaid? He Quaid somebody in. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Like, for a second, he's like, are we going to drop the bomb on the Japanese? It's kind of his vibe. Debut with a minor role in the dystopian film The Hunger Games.
And then Robert Downey Jr. is like, yeah, we're going to drop a bomb and we're going to make them go.
Kablooey.
From a milli.
Yeah. To a milli.
Nilly. They can go from a milli to a nilly.
Our plan is to take Nagasaki and make it one nilly. That's basically what we're trying.
I could go from a milli to a nilly.
And that's like a 12 minutes. It's like 12 pages of the script. It's just that back and forth. And they're like,
Chris, we could cut.
Yeah. Chris, this is already a 4-hour film. You need to cut some of this stuff down.
Cut something else then. We're going to.
Yeah. He's like, then make the bomb scene shorter. Make that just slightly.
That's really important.
Actually, I know we spent money to blow up a bomb. Let's just give the suggestion that it did blow up. You know?
Right.
It'd make it the next day, and everyone's sort of standing around drinking tea going,
how about that bomb?
The bomb was big, and it worked. I'm so thrilled. And that really party last night was great. And then wins us time.
To flesh out.
The 12-hour, one nilly comedy sequence. Where we have Harry S. Truman played by Jonah Hill. And he's playing off of fucking what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. That's right. The two of them are going one nilly back and forth, and he doesn't understand what that means. And Mr. Downey Jr. has to explain it to him. And he's pissed off. That's Harry S. Truman.
I want him to say it exactly like that.
Robert won't take this scene seriously. We're going to take... Fine, Chris. We're going to take We're going to take Nagasaki and make it 1-0. You understand?
He's like, no, you got to say it like this.
Yeah. He's like, you say, right here, you say, you go from 1 milli and say it just like you've been saying it. Say it just like that. And see how I go up like that. And take it to 1 milli. That's how it's done. Just that pitch correction.
Bro, when you were in my basement and we were going back and forth on that might have been the hardest I laughed. Like any goob sesh, any Christmas sesh.
Dude, yeah, bro. When we didn't goober at all last Christmas, but it was like the hardest we've laughed, probably.
The hardest we've laughed, the hardest we've seshed.
Pretty much. Dude, when we were watching When Harry Met Sally and we were laughing so hard on the couch for no reason, and your sister was like, I wish I could experience that level of happiness.
Right.
That level of joy.
The whimsy that you guys just effortlessly exude.
Because you make me laugh, and then you laugh that you're making me laugh. Right. And then it's just a fucking...
Just a feedback loop.
It's a feedback loop.
Yeah,
it's good shit. Crazy.
It's good shit, mate. Bro. From a milli to a nilly.
Well, I don't know if you want to go the full hour. I'm a little fried. I kind of like that. Unless there's more shit you wanted to talk about.
Did you finish The Insider?
No, I was just gonna say that the two other movies I watched were Nostalgia and The Insider. The Insider I haven't finished yet, but it's like really fucking good. Russell Crowe plays like a scientist at like a tobacco company that gets fired, and his family keeps getting like pressured and threatened by the tobacco company with like weird shit happening to them and like death threats. And Al Pacino plays this producer for 60 Minutes, and it's the relationship of him trying to convince this dad to go on 60 Minutes. And right now I'm at the part where they're like deposing him legally, and he's in a deposition, and they're like the thing's about to come out, and it's about to be the third act. So I'm like going to finish it, but it's really good. It's Michael Mann, Russell Crowe, Al Pacino. Good movie. The Insider. It was also nominated for a lot of Academy Awards. Nostalgia also, Andrei Tarkovsky movie, went out because it was so nice out. Only need one t-shirt, like you mentioned earlier. Only one layer, went out Sunday, beautiful day, and then I ended up in the theater seeing Nostalgia, and I was like half asleep through the first half, in and out, but then caught the last half, pretty locked in on the last half, and it was incredible. Incredible movie. But yeah, man.
Well, before we go, I don't know if I told you about the anime I'm watching, Solo Leveling.
I've not heard of that ever.
It's actually a manhwa, so it's like Korean manga.
Oh.
But it the first season is airing right now. It's like 8 episodes, and it is pretty gasoline, I want to say.
Wow.
But it's basically like it's basically
Is it really?
like,
Is it really good?
Yeah, oh yeah. Like it's the quick premise is like it's the normal Earth that we live on, but these like portals started showing up, and they lead to like dungeons, as in like, you know, a video game, like you raid a dungeon.
Oh wow.
And if you don't go in and like basically go into the dungeon and defeat what's in there, stuff could start pouring out into the real world. And so the main character is like literally the weakest hunter on Earth. Like he's the lowest rank of the lowest rank, like E rank. He just has like a little dagger, and he always gets hurt. But they go into the first episode, they go into this dungeon that has a second dungeon further within it. And they go in, and he basically shit goes really bad. But he wakes up in the hospital, and he has this, he like starts seeing like UI just like in front of him, like a screen where it's like,
wow.
Yeah. And basically he's given this sort of like curse or ability by the monster that was in that dungeon that allows him to like level up. So that's why it's called solo leveling. But yeah, so everything that he does like levels him up, and he can like allocate his points and stuff like that, and he gets like a loot box. Like it's very like on the note. Like it's basically like, and he talks to himself like a character.
Guys in a version of Diablo or some shit, basically.
It's somewhat.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's cool because he just like he physically changes too. So he goes from like this sort of like scrawny little like goofy kid to like he gets a little taller, and he's like a hot guy now, and he's just shredded. And he can just like he'll just take on like Cerberus, you know, like the 3-headed dog, like a 2-story dog, and he'll just like run up its leg and just fucking like stab its eye and shit. Like just good action, like a pretty like
that's pretty fire.
It moves at a good pace, you know. There's only like one main character. There's not like an ensemble cast, but there are other characters. But yeah, and then there's a lot of subplots though that seem like they're building up because there are like these S rank hunters that are, you know, like superheroes basically. And they're all competing, and so, but it's really just getting started, and all he cares about is getting money to pay for his mom's medicine because his mom is in like a coma and stuff. But yeah, it's good. I'd recommend it.
So he wins money playing the game.
Well, you can get like loot from the dungeons and sell those. You know.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, so like, you know, artifacts and crap like that, and then there's actually a potion that he's like apparently able to get if he beats this like giant flaming tower, and it can cure any illness, and that's kind of where we're at right now. So
fire.
But yeah, it's good. The manhwa is also full color too, so if you're turned off by like black and white art, which a lot of people are for manga, like this is a good one to read, because I do admit I like having color. That's why I like comics American comics just as much. Like the writing is a lot more hit and miss, but the art is like, I mean, the art in manga is amazing too, but it could benefit from color because it's hard, you can get lost sometimes, like what's happening.
And the lines.
Yeah. But you honestly, comic book art, it can be a jumbled mess too. The color doesn't make it, but yeah.
I guess it just depends.
Yeah, it depends on the artist, but color can really make something feel more vibrant and like immersive, you know. But I got this. I bought this thing.
Oh,
little tabby.
Oh,
just been absolutely ripping. That? This is 130.
That's it.
Yeah, Lenovo tablet.
Oh shit, dude.
10 inches for when I'm traveling. You know, because it's like I might go visit my buddy in Thailand and stuff, and I was like, man, I fly a lot and driving long car trips and stuff, but just having this shit. Come on. Just like, hold on, I'm pulling this up. Just like having that to read. You can't really see it, but
is it nice to read it like that?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's the size of a comic book. It's like, you know, maybe an inch smaller, but it's just so nice because I was reading it on my phone before, and I was like, I can't even hardly read it. But this, like, it's so washed out. But you know what I'm saying? That's
awesome.
Yeah, dude, I've just been ripping. I've just been absolutely shirking my responsibilities and reading tons of comics and manga.
That's what I've been doing too, man. Anytime I'm not working, I'm not working. You know, I'm just fucking around.
I'm trying to spend, like, if I'm just like on my phone scrolling and I catch myself doing that, I like put it down and I just start reading instead. You know, because I'm like, I'd rather get some new. I mean, same. I don't know if it's any more valuable, but I'd rather like read some new stories or something, or see some cool art I've never seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
That's the key.
That's how I feel with movies and shit. I'd rather like watch some movies or play a video game I've never played and play through the story or some shit than, you know. Go ahead.
I forgot one more thing.
Yeah.
I also started watching Trigun Stampede. You heard of that?
I've heard of Trigun, yeah.
So Trigun Stampede is like a remake of it, but it's more like futuristic steampunk aesthetic. Really cool though. Really good action, like insane choreography, and one of the main characters has this giant cross weapon that's just fucking sick. Like,
were you watching this on Crunchyroll?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Crunchyroll.
That's fire.
Dude, yeah, it's got some of the coolest like the most like because sometimes in anime like fights, you know, they can be amazing like in Jujutsu Kaisen, but sometimes they're not as cool. But when these guys do shit, like the camera is like panning all over, like 360, like following these movements, and they're just like, yeah, it's really good. It's only 12 episodes, so I would recommend that.
That's tight.
I'll try and put some footage over this, but because there's some parts where I was like, holy shit, that was one of the coolest things I've seen. So it might you know, some people might not like the sort of 3D animation look of it. But I really don't mind. I think it gives it like a unique flavor.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty fire.
Yeah.
That's pretty fire.
I'm only halfway through, but there's 12 episodes, so I'm going to finish that. And yeah, and I've been watching Samurai Champloo. You heard of that?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. New Jabez did the music for that. This shit's fire.
Yeah, really good. Like really, that's just like the most chill show to put on, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just got like 90s hip hop and like nothing too like bombastic is happening. It's just like two chill samurai guys. Or one's a samurai, one's like a freaking like a mountain man warrior that like does breakdancing fights, you know? Like he'll spin on his head and like kick dudes. But yeah, that show, very good. That's like the Cowboy Bebop creator that made that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Big recommend on that. Trigun Stampede, Solo Leveling, Mashal, Magic and Muscles. I told you about that one. That's like the Harry Potter sort of themed one. That actually has some insane fights in it too. So big recommend on that as well.
You could fucking start an anime YouTube, I swear.
Yeah, I could. Easily. I have ideas for I have ideas for Wokenboke if you have a second after we finish recording. So if you want to wrap it up.
Absolutely. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Yo, thank you so much. That was a fun ass episode. Sorry I'm a little fried, but I think it was still a good episode. We'll be back next week. We'll try to be back more weekly. I'll try not
to get sick.
You know, we'll try. It's
no promises.
No promises. Welcome Boke forever, motherfuckers. Peace the fuck out.